Welcome to the 911 Fitness Challenge show. Here we are again with Lisa. Man, I can't tell you how privileged we feel. Lisa's been on CNN, ESPN, you name it. There's a million shows she's been on. And luckily, she's been generous enough to spend some time with us today to talk more about nutrition. You know, since we're talking about nutrition, Lisa wrote a book called The Tropical Diet. Gotta get it, folks. How can people get your book?
Well, they could order my book online at my website, or they could go to your local bookstore and pick up a copy of the book. So just about anywhere.
So Lisa, what's your website?
My website is foodfitness.com.
Foodfitness.com. Appropriate, huh? Well, listen, we got a bunch of emails from our last segment. People wanting to know different sources of protein. A big one is soy. People are getting different information, mixed signals about soy. So Lisa's going to clear some of that stuff up for us. So Lisa, when we're talking about soy protein, what are some of the, I guess, pros and cons of soy?
You know, there's concerns about several sources of protein because proteins are the source of food allergies in people. Seafood, egg protein, peanut protein. And so looking for, number one, enough or getting enough protein in your diet. Number two, from sources that are not going to impact your system, whether you have food allergies or intolerances like lactose intolerance to you know, the milk, sugar, milks in general. And number three, most importantly, is finding protein sources that are antibiotic-free, hormone-free, clean proteins for your body.
So if, let's say someone's going to a grocery store and they just say, you know what, I need protein because protein builds muscle. You know, there's a difference in different proteins. I don't want to just grab meats. I don't want to just grab eggs. You know, there's some science a little bit behind this, isn't there? So when I see a product that says soy protein, is it safe for me to just go ahead and say, you know what, I saw Lisa on the 911 Fitness Challenge TV show and she said soy is good, so should they just grab that?
Soy is a very, very good source of protein. Like I said, some people have allergies or sensitivities to soy as they would in other foods. So number one, I always say get enough protein in your diet. Most people don't get enough protein in their diet. So you take your weight, you divide it in half, and that's minimally how many grams of protein you need in your diet a day. If you're very active, if you're doing both cardiovascular as well as strength training, you may need up to twice that amount per day. So figure, Jim, you're very active. You need somewhere around 100 grams of protein a day. There are 7 grams for every ounce of protein. So just a chicken breast will give you almost half of your needs in a day, 42 grams. That's fantastic. So lean chicken, not fried, grilled or broiled, without the skin. Turkey, lean or low-fat dairy products, so 0% skim or 1% dairy. Soy, if you don't have some of those concerns, sensitivities, while there's no definitive evidence that soy is linked to bringing on cancer, those who have had breast cancer or cancer in their family history might want to, you know, be a little bit more cautious about getting too much soy in their diet. Whey protein from dairy is one of the best ways to go. Excellent for sport recovery.
Excellent. So what do we say to the guys that, you know, they run into the health food store and they say, whoa, this protein powder has whey in it. There's whey protein. I heard Lisa say that whey is the way to go. Now, it says 60 grams of protein for every drink, you know, for every, let's say, serving. You know, sometimes people think, well, if 60 is one serving, if I had 3 of them, man, that's going to be even better for me. So can you have too much protein?
Yeah, excess protein is actually stored as fat. So that's not the way you want to go if you're trying to get into great shape, you know, the next 12 weeks of this competition. So no, 60 grams of protein, especially like we were saying, maybe you need 100 to 150 grams. Well, if you're doing 3 shots of this whey protein shake a day, you're going to be pretty darn close, and that's never mind. We're not counting your dairy and your, you know, chicken and fish and all that good protein.
All the other sources.
Yeah. Now, if you're a vegetarian, Jim, you might have to look towards getting some whey protein from shakes or some kind of sports bar, and that'd be an ideal way to fortify your diet. It's not a necessity. You still could get protein from vegetable and whole grain sources, and if you're a lacto-ovo vegetarian, or if you include eggs and milk products in your diet, you could easily meet your protein needs during the day.
That's awesome. And you know what? We're going to talk more about more vegetarian diets in our next segment. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Jim.